Hi, my name is Kees. I'm a spiritual teacher and I help people complete their journey. And today I'm here with a video about the dangers of doing energy work from ego or the sense of separate self. In this video, you'll learn what those dangers are, and let's set the stage a little bit and tell you a little bit about what I mean with doing things from ego first. So, because this is a complicated topic for people, so ego is the sense of separation, the sense of being a separate self, and then acting as a sense of separate self, usually from conditioning, from memory, from thought, from an idea of what is good or what is bad. Not letting an action unfold, but forcing that because you think it's good. So if you're not, you say, if you're not going with the flow, you're not in the moment, you're not letting things unfold or unravel naturally, but you're forcing them because you think this is good, this is the best way to do it. That is ego, because it's based on memory, it's based on karma, it's based on what you think is good, based on your past experiences, etc. And it's not the divine expressing itself. In a way it is, of course, but it's not the purest way the divine expresses itself, which is without that sense of separate self. Let's go into a little bit of how that relates to energy work. So energy, what I mean with energy work, actually everything is energy in different forms and shapes. But what spiritual people understand, and probably you understand as well, otherwise you wouldn't watch this video, is that energy work is a very powerful thing to do, whether that's with intentions, with rituals, with, thinking about certain things, with playing with certain energies, with clearing certain energies or experiencing them, or creating certain energies, or playing with things in a certain vibration. For example, let's say I have this stone here, and if you have a certain intention with that stone, then you basically carry that intention with you. You carry that energy with you. You sort of can empower yourself and others with a certain energy as well. So this is energy work, and energy work is a very powerful thing. You can help a lot of people with that. There's a lot of people that are healers, energy healers, or work with energy in different ways. And yeah, again, it's very powerful, and usually there's very positive intentions behind that. Of course, this can be done with negative intentions as well, which is, something I do not recommend. Any negativity you create always comes back to you, because it's your negativity that you just created. So it has something to do with you, and it's always connected with you. So anything negative you do negative onto yourself as well. So with that said, so energy work in general is a beautiful thing, but it's again the place it's coming from. So to give a little bit of the background of one of the biggest danger I see with energy work coming from ego or the sense of separate self, sort of doing it and in a sort of disciplined way, you could say, is that it automatically polarizes us in a negative way. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. So you have two polarizations that are possible for a being to increase its strength, you could say, its power, or its evolution, its spiritual evolution, you could say. So I don't know if you've heard of these densities like 3D and 5D and things like that. So basically the 5 and the 6Ds are polarized, and afterwards you get the oneness polarized. You get the oneness densities. So there are two ways to basically increase your power as a being. And one of the ways is this centered to self way, where you increase sort of the power of yourself at the cost of other people. And the other way, which is, you could say, the dark side or the negative way. And the other way is where you do service to others and you focus on helping others. And through that, you gain power because basically you increase your power because you get a lot of support by helping others. So this is the light side. And on Earth, we are a service to others, polarized planet. So 95% of the beings here are meant to serve others and serve each other. Usually only if you do self-centered or service to self type of polarization. That's usually a misunderstanding, a temporary misunderstanding, which only lasts a couple of lives. Now, I also had a life that was, very much part in that service to self type of mentality. I've had quite some learnings from that. So in this life, I didn't have to experience that again. So that was nice. So the service to others path is where you help others in a way to sort of polarize them in a positive way. You help them increase themselves, etc. And what happens is when you play with energy, you have your own, let's say you do energy work from a sense of separate self or from a sense of ego. You think this is right to do. What happens is that you automatically sort of self-bias because you think this is the right thing for the other, or you think this is the right thing for yourself to even be able to serve. And you think that is a service to others, polarization, but it's not. It's actually a polarization to service to self. So any energy work you do, I see this with a lot of spiritual people, which is why I've created this video, is that I can feel that they've done a lot of energy work, but I also feel that without them knowing it, it has polarized them in the opposite direction. It has strengthened them, but it has basically made them darker instead of lighter. And that is because the light side is not reached with that type of energy work. It's reached with that type of energy work from a place of oneness, from a place of not wanting to do it, but, being okay with it happening, being okay with it unfolding because this is your role, because this is the way that's meant to happen. And so if you're a healer or somebody that wants to help other people, one of my teachers said, if you want to help somebody, then you shouldn't, right? And this is because you sort of create a framework where they are the victim, they need to be helped, they're not strong enough out of themselves, and you come in as a superhero and you feel good about yourself because you're the one that's helping them. So that's a very interesting thing, but you create a sense of ego in that. There is a sense of polarized, like I need to help other people to get my self-worth. So especially energy work, I see that people can get very messed up with that because there is a lot of opportunity to get messed up with energy work, let's be honest. Your energy mixed in with different types of energies you might not want to like or invite. So what you want to do, and you also doing energy work, you link your own energy to that of others and things like that. Of course, there are all these energetic ways to sort of reframe that or reverse that or cut cords or whatever. There are a lot of energetic things to play with, but you make it very complicated on an energetic level. So basically, my advice for people that want to go to the light side, that want to have that service to others, that want to polarize themselves in service to others. And luckily, I see most people like that. then I would advise them first to make sure that the place you're doing this from, you're using your gifts from, is a place where you don't need to use your gifts for self-worth, where you don't need to do anything, where you're just okay to be and to flow and to see whatever, God puts on your path, or, life puts on your path, or the universe, or however you would like to formulate that. And from that place, it's possible that energy work unfolds itself for you, that you are meant to be an energy healer, and this unfolds every time. And if you sort of tap into that conscious energy and you're totally fine with whatever wants to flow through you, what you'll see is that such a positive intention, that all this positive work will come from that. But if if you're doing this from a place of wanting self-worth, if you're doing this from a place of that you're worried about protection all the time, where you're, if you're doing this from a place where you have all these ideas of what is good, what is not good, and you're forcing them on yourself and your clients, you're automatically, again, polarizing yourself to service to self. So it's a very delicate thing. It's very much important to first, that's why, all the masters, you could say spiritual masters, would say first you do your realization and then you worry about your powers. Basically, don't worry about your powers, let your powers unfold on itself. They are sort of in deeper spiritual texts, they are sort of almost not mentioned. Why? Not because they're not there, not because not every master has evolved these gifts and powers. No, it's because they know it's secondary. It's something which is a byproduct of realization, of realizing your oneness with life and letting it unfold. And from that place, also your gifts naturally unfold. But what happens on your spiritual journey is that usually first, when there's a sort of allowance or a sort of rest and meditation practice that's built, then your gifts start naturally evolving, and people get lost in, let's say, the power realms. It's called. So it's the realm above, the sort of reality we see here, the physical reality, is the non-physical reality first, with all the energies and all the powers and all the entities and things like that, and people get lost there. But the idea is to transcend that as well, and to be okay with that, just as you're okay with, doing the dishes and cleaning your house and maybe going to your job. You can be just as okay with, your powers, the entities that are there, the energies, things like that. Not minding them, not, thinking about them, but just letting them be, And from that place, you naturally evolve to that higher density of being one with everything and being okay with everything. And from that density, it's very easy. It's very easy to do energy work in a way where you don't polarize yourself in a negative way, because you're just allowing it to be. So that's my advice to you, if you're an energy worker or a healer or somebody that's doing this. Don't try to fix yourself, because you get tired. And if you've been doing a lot of energy work, that you get tired from energy work, and you get tired from energy work. Partly of that, or a part of that, is because it's not meant to be forced. It's meant to unfold naturally. It's meant to be very, very simple. And it can be very simple from a place of not needing to do anything, of accepting life. And when you accept life, of course, sometimes energy changes or energy work will still happen. And maybe oftentimes still. But it will be coming from a different place. It will be coming from a light side. It will be coming from a non-polarized side, or a sort of oneness side. And that way it automatically has this positive intentions and positive energies, where we where sort of some energy healers that are coming from an ego place, you could say, need to call in all these entities to protect and help and things like that. And they make it complicated with that as well. So I'm not saying that you can't do positive things from a place of ego to your clients, because probably you have, or to yourself, because probably you have. But I'm saying that you're polarizing yourself in a negative way. So if this resonates for you, if you understand it, then you know what to do. And that is, let it unfold. Let it unfold naturally, but don't try to force yourself. Don't do energy work from the mind. And just let it be simple, let it be natural, let it unfold. And first think about your realization and your mindfulness and your meditation and your relaxation and your flow before you go too deep in all this energy work, which is, which you can get lost in. And I've seen quite some people that were lost in that. And again, like I said, I was lost in that as well in a previous life. I've been lost in that a little bit in this life as well, but it was not doing energy work for others. It was doing energy work on myself. And it's kind of like you can fuck yourself up with too many things in the world. You can get burned out on that. If you do too many things with energy, you can also get burned out on that. And then you know that it's about the place it's coming from. I can tell you that. So if you're interested in that, and if you're interested in energy work, then what I want to offer you is my free grounded meditation. Because if you ground yourself very good, and I have a very simple way which works very, 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 very well to ground yourself. And a lot of people also get tired from not being grounded and feel too light and too, up in the sky, you could say. Then you'll benefit from this grounding meditation, and it's for free. I offer it for free to any light workers like yourself that are watching this. Click the link below, check it out. If you haven't, subscribe and like this video if you liked it. I hope it helps. And if you don't agree, of course, feel free to also comment. And if you agree, let me know what type of energy work you like to do and what you love. And feel free to always comment or send me a DM. I'll respond. Bye.